How's it going, YouTube? This your boy Gray Man with another Gray Man review. We're here for chapter 2. Excuse me. Mike just smacked me in the face. Sorry about that. Anyway, excuse me. We're here for chapter 2 of Samurai 8. And so we find ourselves jumping right into Hachimaru waking up, having his first real meal ever from being on nothing but a liquid diet. Which, if you think about that, that sounds super trash. Just imagine never having pizza, French fries, fucking fried chicken. What else? Pineapples. Pineapples are hella dope. And you would have never had pineapples. You'd have never had pizza. And for all those people who say you shouldn't put pineapples on pizza, you're wrong. Pineapples on pizza is delicious. That's all I had to say about that. But yeah, back to this Samurai 8. It's a great chapter. We find ourselves, like I said, Hachimaru waking up. I'm going to try and stop saying so much. We find Hachimaru waking up, and his father and Damaru. That's what I'm going to call him, Damaru. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. Could be wrong. Who knows? So anyway, Hachimaru and Damaru are there with the father, and they're all eating, and Hachimaru is having 8 octopus balls and 8 octopus legs, and is just stuffing his face because the texture of the food is what he really wants to experience, since he's, like I said, has been on a liquid diet since he was born. And so he's enjoying his meal, and as soon as he finishes his meal, he's like, it's time to go on a great adventure, which his dad promptly reminds him is just him taking Taharo, his cat dog, or dog cat, whichever you prefer. He calls it a dog, but it definitely meows, so I'm pretty sure it's a cat. Pretty sure it's a cat. Anyway, he takes his cat dog on a walk, and which turns out that the cat dog can fly. Super random that it can fly, but I think it's also super dope. I want a cat dog that can fly. Like, I'm gonna just call him Taro. His name is Hayataro, but I'm gonna just call him Taro. Taro can fly, and so him and Hachimaru go off on a little adventure and decide that they're gonna go explore, aka take Taro on a walk. And so he hops on Taro's back and proceeds to ride him through town. And so it takes us to another scene where we see these 3 like bandit samurai looking characters. They kind of look like pigs as well. So I'm not sure if this world has like animal human people, because like I said, they look kind of like pigs, but I'm not 100% sure. They have snouts. So these pig samurais are coming in this tank to invade the dojo. This, I guess, the dojo of the kingdom. And it is called the Samurai Dojo, the Loyal Samurai Dojo. Where is the name? Why can I not find the name? It's terrible. Here it is. Yeah, Sha style Loyal Dojo Dormitory is where Hachimaru ends up, and that is also the school that's being attacked by, or looks like it's going to be attacked by, these samurai pig guys. But anyway, the main focus of this chapter is Hachimaru meeting Nanashi, or Nameless, who is not sure if it's a girl or a boy at this point. It's a person that also has spent their entire life in they spent their entire life living inside this dormitory, wanting to be a samurai, but not having the motivation, or most likely the courage, to take that first step to like training and practicing, even though they live at a samurai dojo, which is super weird. So I wonder who this person really is, or how they got there, because from what they say, that they only remember being there ever since they were a baby. So their background is probably going to be wrapped in mystery and slowly revealed throughout the story. So I'm pretty interested in that already. That's one of the things that, like, chapter 2, okay, we have a little mystery. I'm interested. I'm not really worried about the pig samurai. I'm sure that's just going to be like a chance for the new character to get a feel for battle and things like that. But wondering why they talk to their hands, and it's Miss Right and Mr. Left, and why they've also grown up in a dormitory for samurai but never gone outside, never trained, never attempted to be a samurai. And so Hachimaru crashes through the roof, and at first is all apologetic and then trying to explain that he just fell out the sky because he was riding Taro, and Taro hit something, and so him and Taro got separated. And whatever he hit isn't really important because closer to the end of the manga, or chapter, I should say, he finds Taro, or Taro finds him, because he comes out of the house, or the dormitory, I should say, and Hachimaru is there. Hachimaru sees Taro there. But anyway, back to Nanashi. Nanashi is pretty dope. Nanashi talks to, like I said, excuse me, I had it backwards. It's Mr. Right and Miss Left. Excuse me. Mr. Right and Miss Left. But anyway, Nanashi talks to both hands and uses them to communicate with Hachimaru once they feel overwhelmed with the conversation and like they can't continue it anymore. They use their hands to communicate. And so the communication, or the conversation, I guess I should say, turns into them talking about how they both, well, Nanashi kind of vents their frustrations, or I'm going to call it her because I think it's a girl. So I'm going to say Nanashi is a woman. That's just what I'm going with. So Nanashi vents her frustrations about how she's been basically just living her entire life inside of this one room and never going out or never meeting anybody, and hasn't spoken to anybody in like 8 years or something like that. And Hachimaru was the first person she spoke to, and how he could never understand her struggle of being trapped inside, which kind of makes him have an outburst. And during the conversation, we also find out that she is the number 2 player of the samurai game that they both play in the world, which, if I didn't mention it in the last review, Hachimaru is the number 1 player in the world. And so he challenges her to a game, saying that if he wins, she has to leave her dormitory and come outside and continue on the walk with him and Taro. So she says she's going to win because she's like, I'm the number 2 player in the world. You're not going to beat me, because she has no idea that he's the number 1. So they end up playing, and so he ends up beating her. And that gets her out of the house, or dormitory. I guess house is correct as well, since she does live there. But that gets her out of the dormitory. Oh. That's my normal wake-up time. 3 p.m. Don't worry about it. But anyway, Hachimaru beats her, and they decide that they're going to go ahead and leave the dormitory. And so, like I said, that's when she makes it outside for the first time, and like has to cover her eyes because she's not used to looking at the sunlight and things like that. And so her escaping, or not really escaping, her leaving for the first time is kind of interrupted because the next panel is us going back to the pig samurai and them breaking through the gates, talking about how they cause such ruckus and in the plains and everything like that, that the regular samurai and like the guardians of the area are gonna go all head out there, so that way they can go ahead and have this attack and actually attack the dojo while the main people are away, and just basically slaughter all the rookies and shit like that. So it seems like Hachimaru and Nanashi are going to have to defend the dojo since they're going to be the only ones there, which I'm excited to see. So it sets up something for next chapter, as well as kind of giving us a peek into where the story's headed. And it seems like it's going to be a lot of this 8 samurai are going to be people who are not necessarily shut in like how he was, but not necessarily a part of society either. And so not already samurai. It's kind of what it's feeling like, at least from the second chapter so far. I'm probably going to wait till I get to about 5 to 10 chapters before I start making like real theories and prediction about where this is going and what's going to happen. Because right now I just don't have enough information. But no, this was a pretty great chapter. I think this is what Baruto could have been, where it gives you like a sense of adventure. You're excited to see what's going on, and it's a entirely new world and story that you're fully invested in, and not just simply because of the nostalgia factor of what Naruto brought to the table, and how you're like, oh, I get to see the Naruto characters in Baruto. Baruto could have gone on a very interesting journey instead of being more slice of life. Yeah. But yeah, that's all I had to say about Baruto. But all in all, another great chapter. I can't wait for chapter 3 to come out. These chapters need to come out quicker. I need chapter 3 to like get it popping with some action though. Like meeting new characters is cool, but I'm definitely here for the action. Seeing their little game fight was alright, but I want to see what Nanashi's powers or abilities is going to be, and what she looks like when she enters her samurai form, because we've already seen Hachimaru. And so if we get to see like Nanashi at least kind of awaken it or begin to go down that path, that'd be pretty cool too. So other than that, I don't think I have anything else for you guys. Oh, I am going to start doing other reviews. I'm going to be reviewing Double Taisi, which is a manga about shogi, which I really enjoy the game of shogi. So if you don't like shogi, that's all right. You don't got to listen to that review. It's okay. But I like shogi, so I'm definitely going to review that manga and give it a read. All right, I'm out. This is a Great Man Reviews. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. I comment back pretty regularly. I'll have my socials in the description and all that. You know, all that wonderful good stuff. And so, have a wonderful day, evening, afternoon, whenever you're listening to this. Great Man out.